This is Vargas, recording live from the Vargas Vault. I'm back again with you all for another pickup video. And this time, like I mentioned before, I'm going to do a... Hopefully guys, I'll try to do a quick movie pickup video. If I make it longer, I apologize beforehand. But if you follow my channel and you watch my videos, you know that I love talking about the stuff that I love collecting. So yeah, I tend to ramble. I actually was gonna include this one in the other stuff video. Movie Superstar started selling video games, and he had this Wii U game cheap, so I got it from him. It's still sealed, still new. Haven't played it, but I want to get into that. Okay, now movies. All of this is from Movie Superstar. I have not gone to a flea market in a good while. He's been hooking me up, so it's everything from him. Picked up Blue Thunder with Rob Schneider. That's not Rob Schneider. It's the guy from Jaws. Oh crap. Roy Scheider. Rob Schneider. I was thinking of Rob Schneider. Roy Scheider, Chief Brody from Jaws. He did this one, where the army creates this really high-tech, military-grade helicopter, but Roy Scheider discovers that they're going to use it for evil means, so he steals it. And if memory serves me right, I think I remember seeing a TV show about this, maybe? So I remember 2 TV shows about futuristic helicopters. One that I remember as Blue Thunder, and then another one that I don't remember the name of. But yeah, I vaguely remember the movie, and I vaguely remember the TV show. But I know there was a TV show based on that. Picked up some anime. Picked up the last volume of Rurouni Kenshin: Tales of the Magi. And you know me, I love anything samurai. I love anything Japanese. I love anime, and this is the last set for the animated series or the anime for Rurouni Kenshin. So I'm still missing a couple of DVDs to complete the set, and because I have all of the movies that came out, or the OVAs. Next one, I already own this one, but this is the anniversary edition of the Transformers. No, wait, no, I did pick up that recently. I think I already talked about that one. I picked up the 2-disc collector's anniversary edition of the Transformers movie. I guess I was thrown up because the cover's the same. But Movie Freak Bazaar had the Transformers animated series, the first volume. So I picked that one up from him. This is a re-release for the Transformers cartoon. Originally, it came in this really nice, big box set. It was Generation 1, Volume 1, Generation 1, Volume 2, then Generation 2, Volume 1, and Generation 2, Volume 2. So they split it up because there's a lot of episodes. Then they re-released it, but with a slightly less as-cool set. But this is a 3-disc set that has Generation 1, Volume 1, and then they released Generation 2, Volume 2. I really love Generation 1 Transformers. Generation 2 I didn't honestly much care for until Optimus Prime came back. That's when I really started liking it. Picked up Divergent from Movie Freak Bazaar, brand new, still sealed. I picked up the second one a couple of months ago. And there's only one more of these, but I remember that one was pretty cool. Picked up the 2-disc edition of Frida. What is this? Biopic from one of Mexico's most influential artists, starring Salma Hayek. I remember this movie getting panned by Mexican critics, but loved by everyone else. So I hadn't seen the 2-disc set before, so I saw this and I picked it up. Picked up the remake of The Manchurian Candidate. I picked up the original because I'm mentioned this before. I'm going through this nostalgic thing. I wasn't born in I was born in the late 70s, but my decade is the 80s. That's why I love that. That's my favorite decade ever. I love the 80s. But they would replay a lot of 70s movies on TV, and I would watch them, and I thought they were really cool. Um, then there's a TV channel, a cable channel, that they're replaying a lot of those 70s and 60s movies, and they're really good. They're really really good. So I'm on this kick of I'm trying to get 70s thrillers, and I'm still missing Marathon Man. That's one I'm missing. But the Manchurian Candidate I bought a while ago, and I forgot that they actually released a remake of the Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington. Uh, eh. But I like owning the remake and the original. Also, I'm trying to get classic movies, and I was able to get this one from Movie Freak. It's a two movie set from a silent film released in the 20s, I think, 1924. Yeah, and this is I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation, but bear with me. It's Die Nibeljunden. Nibelungen. I don't know, however you pronounce this, but it's the story of Siegfried. It's an old story of Siegfried, and it's black and white silent film released by Kino, and it also has the sequel called Kriemchild's Revenge. So really cool, in my opinion. I like it. Big fan of the Turtles. I love the Ninja Turtles. And with the exception of the new one, Rise of the Ninja Turtles, the follow-ups or updates or remakes, however you want to call them, to the Ninja Turtles have been really good. The one that Fox released in 2000s, I thought was good. It built up the universe. It had nice tributes to the old series and even the comic books. And then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Nickelodeon that was released on 2010-ish, I want to say, was also really good. 3D animation, and a lot of tributes to the old cartoon, the 2000s cartoon, and the comic books. So I really liked it. I'm trying to collect more of these. Movie Freak Bazaar had this one, Showdown in Dimension X. And it's still sealed. Still need to see it. But I love the Ninja Turtles. The only one I haven't watched is that new one that released last year. Picked up Tekken, video game adaptation of the PlayStation series game. It stars the guy. It stars the guy that was in the Mortal Kombat movie. Shang Tsung. The guy that played Shang Tsung is this one as Hiachi. Picked up this box set of the Pink Panther. It has most of the Pink Panthers in this really cool little box set. It looks like a nice little book. You open it up, and it has 6 of the Pink Panther movies. Well, 6 of the Detective Clouseau movies, because A Shot in the Dark is not a Pink Panther movie, but it's a Clouseau movie, starring Peter Sellers. The only one that is not here is a Return of Pink Panther, and that's because of rights issue. Return of Pink Panther, because this is MGM, and I think Return of the Pink Panther is another studio. So I need to get that one, because chronologically it fits into Peter Sellers' work. It just doesn't come in the box set for some weird reason. I see a lot of people go to Dollar Tree and show off that they were able to find movies cheap. I've gone to Dollar Tree, and I've never come across any DVDs or Blu-rays, like, ever. Until this time, the only one they had is the RoboCop remake on Blu-ray and DVD. Now, I already have this one on DVD. The cover's different. It has RoboCop on the bike. But it doesn't come with any special features. This one does. But it's not good. I mean, it has Michael Keaton. That's the only reason I went to see it, because it has Michael Keaton, and I'll watch anything with him. I still haven't gone to see Dumbo, because he stars in it, but I don't know. It wasn't that good. I mean, it had some good moments, but I don't know. I didn't like it. Bought this one through Movie Freak Bazaar, and he had it for a little bit more expensive, but no one wanted it, so he put it back. Because he has different tiers in his Facebook page. He has like a CD album for sale. and then he has a Blu-ray album for sale, and then he has TV series, and he has one that's called the Special, and that's where he gets a lot of out of print or rare to come by movies, and he sells them a little bit more expensively, but they're worth it because they're out of print. So this one was originally in the Special, but then he has the classic one, where he still has out of print movies, but they're not as popular, so a lot of people don't get them except me and some other people. Those really weird movies he puts in the classic. This one was originally in the Special, but he brought down to the classic, and that's why I nabbed it. And it's Stone Cold with Brian Bosworth, but I picked it up because it has Lance Hendrickson and Bishop from Aliens, and he plays the leader of a biker gang, and he's amazing in it. Really, really good movie, really fun action movie. Even though the cover looks like Terminator 2, but not Terminator 2 with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Alien ripoff called Terminator 2. That one was pointed out to me by someone in Facebook, and they showed the image, and it really does look a lot like that Terminator 2. I don't know why his eye glows. Everything else makes sense because he looks like a biker, and there's a biker here, and there's a biker gang in his. But why does his eye glow? That never happens in the movie. That's weird. But if you have a chance to watch Stone Cold, definitely give it a watch. Lance Henriksen is amazing in it. Picked up Bullock from the classic album because I've never seen this on DVD in all of my hunts. It's about and it stars Ed Harris, and Ed Harris is great in anything he's in. But it's another biopic about an American artist called what is it called Jackson Pollock. Who's a really good artist. I don't know anything about art, so I don't know. But Ed Harris, I bought it just because of Ed Harris, because he's cool. To add to the Disney one, I've never seen this in 2 discs. I've only seen the 1 disc, so I picked it up, and it's a Disney Swiss Family Robinson. I remember seeing it because they would pass it a lot on TV, and it's about this shipwrecked family that builds, a house, and then they have to deal with pirates. Based on a book. But it's Disney, so I'm trying to build up a Disney collection. This one was also in the Special, but then he lowered it to the classic, and it's one that I've been trying to track down to complete the series, but it's not good, and they changed how Falcor looks, and he looks horrible, but it's the Never Ending Story 3. Never Ending Story 1 is cool. Never Ending Story 2 has moments. And 3 I remember seeing once, and then I remember seeing it or hearing about it again through Nostalgia Critic. He did I'm pretty sure he did a segment on Never Ending Story 3 because it stars Jack Black. Jack Black is the leader of this bully gang called the Nasties. So somehow they get a hold of the book, and then they're messing up with Fantasia, and then Bastian has to deal with that kind of stuff. But I remember not liking it, and after seeing the Nostalgia Critics video, I was reminded it's not cool, and Falcor looks horrible. Falcor looked really cool in the first one, but then they changed him up, and it looks weird to me. And the thing about Movie Frugasar is that he has this promotion that you can get a good price if you buy a lot of movies. So he has this combo that for 5 movies, if you buy 5 movie combo, you get a cheaper price. So I bought 4 movies, and I had 1 more. Didn't have anything that caught my eye, so I picked this one up just because. And it's called Lust Caution. It's a thriller made by Ang Lee, who made Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Brokeback Mountain, and the not well received Hulk movie with Jennifer Connelly. But this is a thriller that's set in Hong Kong, where a group of how was it? They're trying to kill a Japanese. I think they're Chinese, and they're trying to kill a Japanese person, because it was during the Japanese occupation of China during the war. So they wanted to kill. I don't know. I have never seen it. I'm going by on the text on the back, but like I said, I just bought it because I needed it to complete the combo. This one I picked up from the Special album because I've been wanting to get a copy of it. And this is Battle Beyond the Stars by Roger Corman. And this one is a Star Wars ripoff by everyone that's seen it, with the boob ship, because the ship has a set of boobs. And it stars Sybil Danning, who was in Howling 2, and this is the one of the first movies that James Cameron worked on. He was actually uh, uh, the art director, and he did a lot of special effects, and that's how he got his foot in the door working with Roger Corman. So yeah, picked it up because I'm curious to see it. I've never seen it. I only know about it because Cinemassacre did a review on it, but yeah, I want to see it because it's kind of like a combination of Star Wars and Seven Samurai. So yeah, picked it up because of that. Also, this one was going to be in the special, but the cover's a little damaged. So he was like, no one's gonna pay, high price for this. I would have paid it because I've been trying to look for a copy of this, but I got it through the classic album, and it's a 2-disc anniversary collection of Forbidden Planet. Like you can see, it's messed up here and it's messed up here, but I can tape that. It's fine, as long as the movies are in good condition, which they are. Not a single scratch on them. But it stars Robbie the Robot and a very young Leslie Nielsen doing sci-fi. And I've been wanting this as well as Battle Beyond the Stars because I like sci-fi. And older sci-fi is really cool, really imaginative, a lot of practical effects and cheesy special effects as well. But it's about a movie. The movie's about a guy that creates a machine that lets him create stuff with his mind, but his subconscious creates a monster, and that's where everything pops up. Really, really happy to own these two sci-fi movies. Another sci-fi Disney movie that I've been trying to track down for a while is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Love this movie. Love it, love it, love it. Recently, I heard that a lot of people found it scary, but it's the same people that found Return to Oz scary. Those really wimpy people. Because sure, it may have some really impactful moments with the ants and the scorpion, and sorry, they almost drowning with the sprinkler system, or the dad almost is gonna eat him. Like, Dad, don't eat me! Ah. But it stars Rick Moranis, and Rick Moranis is awesome. Why did you stop doing movies, Rick Moranis? You were in Ghostbusters and Strange Brew, and yeah, you were so cool. And the special effects are amazing. A lot of practical effects. They built these ginormous sets. The kids were interacting. Freaking amazing! I love the special effects on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I want to get Honey, I Blew Up the Kid because I like that one too. He had some wrestling. They beat one that I wanted. He had Cyber Sunday that I wanted to pick up because it was the match between the three champions: the Big Show, John Cena, and Booker T. Big Show was the ECW champion, John Cena was the WWE champion, and Booker T was the world champion. But they beat me to that one. But I was able to get Taboo Tuesday. I like getting these physical wrestling DVDs. Sure, you can see a lot of them in the network, but I've mentioned this before. I've heard from people that have the network that a lot of the pay-per-views are edited, and that's not cool. And I like owning physical media. Physical media is my jam, and I picked this one up. This is from 2005. So the main event is John Cena versus Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. And then the other cool one it has Ric Flair versus Triple H for the Intercontinental Championship. So love it. This one is another one I've been trying to track down for a while. This is a documentary that interviews and follows a lot of wrestlers. It interviews Mick Foley and Jesse the Body Ventura, but it also follows Jake the Snake and Terry Funk. And it's Beyond the Mat. But I Movie Freak had this one that has a really cool slipcase. I mean, this is the version I've seen. Never with a slipcase. It looks shiny and metallic. It also interviews The Rock. And if memory serves me right, this is the one where Mick Foley is kind of mad at The Rock because, Mick Foley's in one of the pay-per-views, I forget which one, Mick Foley is handcuffed, and The Rock is just wailing on Mick Foley with a steel chair, just wailing on him, and his kids are there, and his kids are like, stop it, you're killing my daddy. And they're all like, bam, bam. Really, really, really hardcore. Just really messed up to see get poor Mick Foley wailed on the chair. Like I think it was like 20 shots that The Rock just wailed on poor Mick Foley. And also has again Jake the Snake. This was before he got rehabilitated, so it's really kind of sad to see. It's really sad to see. Sorry, Jake the Snake in that bad of a state, but thankfully, Diamond Dallas Page got him into rehab. Got some money together so he could get an operation he needed, and his life is way better nowadays, thankfully. Got a sci-fi movie. This is actually part 2. I didn't notice that until I researched it, and it says on the back. I remember watching this on the Sci-Fi Channel, Mythica. It turns out there's like 5 of these. Well, there's gonna be 5. There's 4 released. But it's like Sci-Fi's Lord of the Rings. And I remember watching one of them. I thought it was pretty cool. But this is Mythica, the Dark Sport, the second one. So I need to get the first one before I watch that one, because I remember seeing one, but no idea which one it was. Also, I picked this one up just because to complete the set. I had no idea there were 4 of these. I only knew the one with Kevin Bacon and Bill Murray. But it's Wild Things. This is Wild Things Diamonds in the Rough, which is the third one. Which is the one I didn't have, because I have Wild Things, and I have an unrated version of Wild Things. And then I picked up Wild Things 2 a couple of months ago, and I was like, yeah, fine. Then I picked up Wild Things Foursome, and I was like, really? They made 4 of those? I mean, the first one's okay, but the second one I didn't much care for, but there's 4 of those? So I have 4, and I'm like, god dang it. That's when my obsessive-compulsive nature kicks in. I'm like, well, I have 1 and 2, and an unrated version of 1, and 4, I gotta track down 3, because otherwise the set looks weird. And this is the third one, Wild Things, Diamond in the Rough. So the first one is good, but after that, I mean, second one I didn't care for. I saw Foursome and not that good. So that third one, I'm probably not gonna be good either. But again, that's when my obsessive compulsive nature kicks in, and I have to have the set complete, otherwise I'm not. Yeah, I get weird. Picked up Monty Python's Life of Brian, the Immaculate Edition. This is a 2-disc set. 1, 2. And this one, to this day, still gets panned and criticized a lot, because it makes fun of religion, like, a lot. And politics and everything. Because Monty Python is an acquired taste. You kind of have to like their comedy, otherwise not. All the way from Flying Circus to Holy Grail, to Life of Brian and Meaning of Life. And I have Holy Grail. That one's really good. I don't remember watching Life of Brian, and I bought Meaning of Life, and that's pretty good too. Not as good as Holy Grail, but yeah, I want to see. I've never seen this one. I want to see it, but it's. I've heard it gets criticized a lot because it makes fun of Christianity. I've seen bits of it. I don't remember if it was the Nostalgia Critic that reviewed it or talked about it, and it had some good set. I think he might have done a retrospective on Flying Circus and Monty Python, but I remember seeing a scene where it's involving the crucifixion, and they're like, it's not so bad, and then they start doing a musical number. If you're a really devoted religious person, that might offend you, but I'm not. I mean, I believe in God. I am 100% sure that there is a higher power. Just human religion is the thing that I don't buy into. You can have eternal salvation if you just give us money. Is something that's rubbed me the wrong way for many years. But if you're a religious person, I totally respect you. I won't impose my beliefs on you. And I hope people don't impose their beliefs on me. I do believe that everything is based on some reality, just certain aspects that, I have issues with. So, yeah, I can see why people would get upset when they make fun of the crucifixion. But, that's what they do. And I don't think that there's any other movie besides, or at least none that I know of, besides Life of Brian, Holy Grail, and Meaning of Life. And the last one I picked up, he also had it in the special, but he brought it down to the classic in the store. So when I went to pick up my stuff, I picked this one too, and it's the Parent Trap original version. I have the Lindsay Lohan remake, but I've been trying to track down the Parent Trap. And this is a 2 disc set. It has Parent Trap Part 2, which I didn't even know existed. I had no idea there was a Parent Trap 2. I know of Parent Trap in the remake, but not a second one. So there you go. That was awesome. So yeah, that was the movie pickups. Like I said, picked up a whole bunch of movies. Really cool in my opinion. I like to recommend the standouts of the haul, and I'm definitely gonna go with the sci-fi ones that I picked up. All 3 of them. Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, visually with the special effects, a milestone movie for Disney. Forbidden Planet, Battle Beyond the Stars, and the documentary Beyond the Mat. Because it really, this would be a good feature to see with the wrestler, with Mickey Rourke. Because yeah, that tagline at the beginning of the events, like they put their bodies on the line. They do. A lot of people say wrestling is fake. The only thing that's debatable is the outcome. You know, who's going to win a certain match. But everything that happens in the match is real. You know, the bumps are real. Sometimes they fall badly on their head and they might get a concussion. You know, back in the Attitude Era, they got really messed up, like really, really bad. So wrestling is not fake. Wrestling is real. Just the outcome is the only thing that's pre-scripted. And that one really makes you see how messed up, unfortunately, wrestlers got, especially Jake the Snake. I love Jake the Snake. He was he was a face, but I liked him better as a heel. And yeah, seeing him in that state was really bad. Also recommend the resurrection of Jake the Snake. That's his whole process of getting rehabilitated with Diamond Dallas Page. That one's really good. If you want to see a good feel good story, watch the resurrection of Jake the Snake. It wasn't Netflix. I don't know if they took it down. Really, really good. Really, really good. So you could watch Beyond the Mat and then watch the resurrection of Jake the Snake to get that feel good moment, and then watch his Hall of Fame video when he got inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. That was really good. I was really glad to see Jake the Snake, you know, in a good shape and be healthy. Like, oh, be healthy. So a lot of wrestlers are dying from all the drugs and all the painkillers and everything. It's really, really depressing. But yeah, recommend those. And that was the movie video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope I didn't go too long, and if I did, you know, you kind of know what you're getting into when you watch one of my movie videos. But thanks so much for watching, and until I see you all again, this was Vargas recording from the Vargas Vault, signing out, and I'll see you later.